Though will the Watch 8 provide anything significantly different from the Galaxy Watch 7, one of the top Android smartwatches? Every year we see a surge of new technology devices, occasionally revolutionary but mostly merely evolutionary. Over the last several years, Samsung has entered the latter rhythm with incremental upgrades for its most well-known electronic devices, including phones and wearables. Like in 2024, we'll most likely be seeing the Galaxy Watch 8 arrive this year, maybe in July. The Galaxy Watch 8 versus Galaxy Watch 7 question is a reasonable one, since Samsung has made major adjustments to the Watch 7. What then is planned for the Watch 8? Though you possess a Watch 7, should you think about upgrading? The Galaxy Watch 8 will surely be among the finest Samsung smartwatches of 2025. Samsung hasn't yet announced the Watch 8 as of this writing, so we're really comparing the alleged specifications and features to the Watch 7. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 has a 1.3-inch Super AMOLED display in a 40mm variant and a 1.5-inch Super AMOLED display in a 44mm model. For scratch prevention, Samsung has chosen Sapphire Crystal, the same material we should anticipate in the Watch 8 as well. The Galaxy Watch 7's display offers a peak brightness of up to 2000 nits, which is the same as that on the previous Watch 6. In regular usage, we found the screen to be sharp and extremely readable even in direct sunlight. The Galaxy Watch 7 comes with a sports band that matches the color of the watch's case. You may mix and match the strap style and colors on Samsung.com, however. We are anticipating the Galaxy Watch 8 to come in at the same pricing as the Watch 7, which is $299.99 for the 40mm model with Wi-Fi. The 44mm model should start at $329.99 and add additional $50 for the LTE variations. There is little evidence yet to indicate that prices will rise, even with the substantial tariffs being placed by the US on other nations. The Galaxy Watch 7 arrived with a newer Exynos W1000 processor, and we anticipate Samsung to stay with the same one this year. It's not unusual for the corporation to reuse its CPUs throughout generations. Having said that, the Watch 8 might possibly make the transition and premiere Qualcomm's second-generation Snapdragon W5 CPU, which is touted to be stronger at handling sophisticated AI features. Perhaps this is one method Samsung gets Gemini to run on its watches. As for the remainder of the specifications, we anticipate it to be comparable to the Watch 7. The Galaxy Watch 8 should come with 2 GB of RAM, at least 32 GB of storage, dual-band GPS, IP68 dust and water resistance, and a MIL-STD810H designation for ruggedness. It should also contain the same rejigged BioActive sensor that debuted with the Watch 7 for enhanced health monitoring like the Age Index. We might see some new health statistic monitoring with the Watch 8 to give it some exclusivity. Blood glucose and diabetes monitoring are two things Samsung is working on, which might arrive with the Watch 8. The Galaxy Watch 8 is likely to have a comparable battery life as the Watch 7. For now, we only have sources saying that the 44mm device would feature a 435 mAh battery, which is only 10 mAh more than the Watch 7. Samsung expects a 40-hour runtime for the Watch 7, which is anticipated to carry over to the Watch 8 as well. The Galaxy Watch 7 boasts 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage, an IP68 rating, and MIL-STD810H certification. The latest feature is Samsung's enhanced BioActive sensor, which is capable of more precise health and fitness monitoring owing to the redesign of the LED sensors. The glass dome below the watch is also more obvious, so it creates better skin contact. The consequence to this design is that the Watch 7 loses its ability to be charged wirelessly on the back of a Samsung phone with reverse wireless charging functionality. The charging puck has also been particularly modified, which means the Watch 7 won't fast charge successfully on prior Galaxy Watch chargers. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 features a 300 mAh or 425 mAh battery capacity and supports WPC-based fast charging. In our evaluation, the 44mm model lasted 2 days with the always-on display off, which we believe is fairly impressive. Talking about the features, if Samsung follows the same launch timeframe as 2024 with the Galaxy Watch 8, it might be one of the first smartwatches to arrive with Wear OS 6. This would also imply we receive a new One UI 7 watch version with identical design elements to the One UI 7 on Samsung's phones. We don't know what additional features will be included, but we should have a reasonably decent sense by Google I/O 2025, where many of the new features will likely be demoed. Google said that Google Assistant would eventually be replaced by Gemini on watches too. However, it's unknown what tiny version of Gemini can function on only 2 gigs of RAM. One thing's for sure, Samsung will include some form of special health and fitness monitoring functions that are not accessible on the Watch 7. These capabilities might ultimately come to it via a software update, but Samsung will want some exclusivity for the Watch 8 for at least the first few months in order to promote sales. The Watch 7 was already outstanding at sleep tracking and sleep apnea monitoring, so it'll be fascinating to see if these functions are enhanced with the latest model. With the Galaxy Watch 8 launched still some time away, it's impossible to claim if it will provide greater value than the Galaxy Watch 7 just yet. All leaks and speculations thus far point towards it being an incremental improvement, which is to say, it will have a few new features, but nothing that would merit trading in the Watch 7 for. If Samsung retains the same cost, it might very well be the greatest Samsung watch to purchase in 2025, assuming you don't already have the Watch 7. If you don't want to wait until July, I believe you can securely buy up the Galaxy Watch 7 now at a reduced price and be delighted with it for the next several years. It doesn't have any deal-breaking faults, should have decent software support for the next several years, and it best complements your Samsung phone. The basic design is something I particularly adore, since you can adjust it to any clothing with a proper watch strap. When the Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 was launched last summer, my instant thinking was, I wonder what happened to all those promised advancements that didn't come to fruition. It's time to dust off the Galaxy Watch 7 rumors and reapply them to Samsung's next-gen wristwatch, the Galaxy Watch 8. There are 3 especially tasty nuggets of speculative data around the impending Galaxy wristwatch, scheduled to arrive summer 2025, one more remarkable than the other. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra is the brand's first wearable in many years to flaunt a square-ish casing. Is Samsung moving too far into Apple's territory? Galaxy Watch 8 speculations hint that the Ultra may not be the only Samsung wristwatch to boast an angular-ish appearance. I have conflicting sentiments about this relocation. As someone who analyzes smartwatches for a career, I have no particular preference for square versus round casings. I find both comparably comfortable. Similar to micro-LED updates, it appears like every single smart wearables maker is striving to figure out non-invasive blood glucose monitoring via the wrist, a breakthrough that would make controlling diabetes much simpler. And there's reason to suppose that Samsung may beat its competitors, particularly Apple, to the punch with blood glucose monitoring in a wristwatch. I first projected that we'd receive the groundbreaking functionality in the gadget which ended up becoming the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Now I'm cautiously hopeful that it will launch on the Galaxy Watch 8. With the most prominent Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 speculations, so far, out of the way, it's time to dream big and speak about my hopes and aspirations for the Galaxy Watch 8. Having evaluated both the Galaxy Watch 7 and Google Pixel Watch 3, one area Google surpasses Samsung is in battery life, notably for the bigger 45mm Pixel Watch 3. My challenge to Samsung: replicate that device's 48-hour battery life statistic with the next-gen XL Galaxy Watch model. Speaking of the big boy, I'd like to see Samsung boost the size of the Galaxy Watch 8 from 44mm to 46mm to match the Apple Watch 10 and separate it from Google's 45mm XL. Finally, for all my fellow fidgeters out there, Samsung, please bring back the classic-style clicky bezel. It's both functional and incredibly soothing to futz with. Samsung moved to a new BioActive sensor on the Galaxy Watch 7, touting a 30% boost in health monitoring accuracy. However, a side consequence of this decision was the business had to modify the form of the glass back, increasing the distance between the wireless charging coil and the wireless charger. As a consequence, the Galaxy Watch 7 does not support wireless power share, a function that enables earlier Galaxy Watch models to be wirelessly charged using a Galaxy phone. The poor charging pace makes it less suitable for regular usage. However, wireless power share was a godsend when traveling, guaranteeing you could keep your watch fueled even when you did not have access to its charging puck. Wireless power share was also unique to Samsung's ecosystem, since no other Android wristwatch or even the Apple Watch provided a comparable capability. Despite its limited usage, I hope Samsung brings back wireless power share with the Galaxy Watch 8. Perhaps the business can discover a method to leverage the magnets on QI2 or QI2 ready cases to allow the watch to connect to the back of its Galaxy phones magnetically. This would enhance the experience of utilizing the function by allowing a secure connection for more efficient power transmission. Samsung played a vital role in rejuvenating Wear OS with its Galaxy Watch series. It made all the appropriate internal enhancements with the Galaxy Watch 7, moving to a speedier and more efficient 3nm processor and a more precise health sensor. With the next Galaxy Watch 8, the firm has to build on these innovations and overcome the limitations of its 2024 wearable to give an even better experience. Many of you would desire for Samsung to integrate more sophisticated health capabilities, including blood sugar monitoring, on the Galaxy Watch 8. However, I'd rather see the business concentrate on the aforementioned usability enhancements, since Samsung's track record shows its early implementation of new features may not be faultless. What do you wish to see in the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8? Let me know in the comments below. So that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.